Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And let's just jump right into the news that has been dropping over the past couple of hours. Is that Allen Robinson has removed all Bear references from his social media and has reportedly asked for a trade due to frustrations over contract renegotiations. I think the Bears dropped an absolute ball with the negotiations with Allen Robinson, and here's why. I think the Nick Foles trade was a big mistake. That was a big mistake to sacrifice a lot of money into Nick Foles instead of paying Allen Robinson. Now, the Bears did need to address the quarterback situation, but at the same time, the Bears overpaid for Nick Foles. They are taking on too much money of his contract when there were a lot of cheaper options and quality guys out there that could have been different than Nick Foles. Mariota was on a cheaper price. You had guys like Cam Newton who could have signed for cheaper. You had guys like Teddy Bridgewater who could have backed up for cheaper. So there were a different amount of cheaper routes that the Bears could have went. But I think they spent too much money for Nick Foles, and I think they sacrificed that to not pay Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is basically your #1 receiver. He is your most consistent wide receiver ever since his signing here in 2018. He was a snub Pro Bowler last year, and the Bears made a mistake in not paying him and upsetting him. And now he's frustrated and wants out. The Bears dropped an absolute ball with this one. Allen Robinson has been your most consistent wide receiver. He's been healthy for majority of his time here in Chicago. And when he's been in the lineup, he has been producing. He produced this past Sunday. He might have had a few drops, but he made up for it with some good quality catches that a lot of other receivers in this league cannot make. And the Bears dropped that ball. They made the mistake of not paying Robinson. Now his value, with him playing still at an elite level and basically your most consistent receiver to be open, and he's taking the coverage away from a lot of your other weapons because he's just that consistent that teams have to pay more attention to him. And now if you go through with the trade and letting him go, you lose a ton in your offense when he's the #1 sole weapon. So the Bears did not do this right at all. They should have paid him from the beginning of the offseason because of the work ethic that he has, the consistency that he's been able to show, and also his catching ability is definitely a top 10 worthy catching ability in the game of football. He's one of those receivers that can go up and get the football, unlike many other receivers in this league. And he's been Mitchell Trubisky's security blanket last year and Sunday as well, because he's the most consistent open receiver within, of course, of your offense. And the offense is designed for Robinson in a lot of ways. So the Bears made the biggest mistake in not paying him, and now he's upset, and honestly, rightfully so upset, because he's one of the top tier receivers in the game and he's not getting compensated like it. And I think they spent a little bit too much money with the signings. Robert Quinn was a good signing, but I think he overpaid a little bit for that. Nick Foles, honestly, I've been saying that I didn't believe that was going to work out in the best way. I still think it was a mistake to pay that much money for Nick Foles. Signing Trevathan makes a lot of sense, so I'm not going to bash that. And signing guys like Artie Burns makes sense. But I think you overpaid for Foles and you overpaid for Quinn. And you did not take care of one of the better receivers, if not elite receivers, in the game of football. In a pass-happy league, you need quality wide receivers. And Allen Robinson is definitely elite quality wide receiver, and you did not take care of him. Now he's mad, rightfully so, and he's asking for a possible trade. And the Bears need to get this contract done. Point blank, period. For us to be a successful team in 2020, they need to get this done. If they don't get this contract done, it takes a huge hit in our offense. If they trade him, that's a huge hit to the Bears roster. Point blank, period. But what are your guys' thoughts on this situation down below? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have to think about this entire Allen Robinson situation. But just a short, quick video to get my thoughts off about this entire contract extension and situation with the Bears. That's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.